Hey, what's up out there, family and friends? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! I see people starting to chime on here. If you all would, for all my replayers, please give me about a minute and a half as we share this to our other social media outlets. Please, as you come in on this Motivational Monday, holla at your boy, Tashana #1. I love it. Let the hungry eat. Let the hungry eat. And as I'm sharing this, I hope everybody's having an awesome day. I see more eyes coming in here. Please chime in here and let your boy know who's out there as I share this. And please, I ask you all if you would. Hey, what's up, Tina? Thank you for joining us. I love seeing the hungry. Let the hungry eat. Please share this. Invite 1 or 2 people down there on the thread, if you would, please. I'm sharing it right now. Tonight's going to be off the chains. What's up, Oh? Thank you for joining us via YouTube. Tonight's going to be off the chain. This is going to be one where you're going to want to hang around for the whole thing. Because it's just sometimes in your life, you got to let the world know exactly who you are. And today is going to be one of those messages where we no holds bars. I'm talking directly to the part of you that identify with your creator today. Sometimes I come in and I have these messages where I appeal to your intellect. Sometimes I have these messages where I appeal to your destiny. But today, I'm appealing to the part of you that was here even before the foundation of the earth. Let me share one more outlet. Please, you all. Thank you, Tina. Type other names in. Go ahead and start inviting people. And I'm sharing it right now. Last one. All right. Let's get to it. I see the eyes are multiplied. Hey, this is your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, welcoming you to another edition of Motivational Monday. I'm going to tell y'all that tonight is going to be off the chains. I can tell how tonight, when nights like tonight are going to be off the chain by what I went through. You see my eyes watering right now. Man, when I say my sinuses have been bothering me all day, when I say we just had a big storm come through, my internet hasn't worked for the last 45 minutes. When I say my air conditioner just upstairs just went out. When I say there's been a challenge to get this out today, I am going to break bread like never before. Today, I'm telling you, this is one you better hit grandmama and them up, hit uncle and them up, and say you might want to hop on here for about 20 to 30 minutes so you can get some of this bread. Because I'm telling you, your life will never be the same again. It will never be the same again. I've been on this series called Awaken Your I Am. Awaken Your I Am. Everything that you want out this world, we about to get to it. Everything that you want out of this world is on the other side of your I am. And the challenge for most of us is that we're not attaining everything that God given us because our I am ain't where it's supposed to be. We got to raise our level of our I am to match what God has called us to do. I'm going to break bread before tonight is over. Yeah, tonight as a subtitle, I've been called. Hey, what's up, Elkie? Thank you for joining us. Tonight as a subtitle, I've been called. Today is one of these messages, man. Like I feel fire. I'm trying to contain myself because this is one of these messages where sometimes you just got to flex your muscle to the world. Sometimes you got to look the world in the eyes and say, yep, this is me and I'm unstoppable. Sometimes you got to have a moment in your life where it looks like things aren't working how exactly you had planned for them to work. And you got to stand up in the middle of it and say, yep, I have been called to do this. I am going to break bread before this is over. And normally I don't do this, but we in different times. And I'm going to do this. Tonight, I'm going to break bread from the book of Romans. Romans chapter 8, verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate. And see, the challenge for most of us right now, boy, I'm going to get into this thing right now. I'm telling you, better go tell them to get on here. For most of us, for whom he did foreknow. See, most of us, we think that this life that we're going through is our lot in life. Oh, Angelique, I see you out there. What's up, Mom? I see you out there. Some of us, I got YouTube. I see a lot of YouTube going on out there tonight. For some of us, we believe that this earth is our only means, our only life at this moment. We think passing through this earth determines how. For those he foreknow, don't you know you got to flex your muscle to the world sometime? Don't you know that before you were sent, God foreknew you? Don't you know that the first time you and God were intimate with each other wasn't when you were in your mother's womb? God knew you even before the foundation of the earth. Sometimes you're going to have to flex your muscle, Q. We're going to flexing muscles tonight. Sometimes you got to just say who you are. Doesn't matter what's going on around me. You have been foreknew. Don't you know, man, that everything about you, God already knew before you got, boom, sent down to your mother's womb? Before you were sparkles in your dad's eye, God foreknew you. He knew exactly who you would be born to. He knew exactly who your parents would be. He knew exactly the struggles you would go through. He knew the trials that you would go through. He knew the tribulations you would go through. And yet, he still foreknew you. Like the mistakes that we make, he knew exactly what mistakes we were going to make. He knew exactly what mistakes to keep us away from making that will ultimately alter our destiny. See, tonight, I didn't come to appeal to your intellect. No, I did not. I came to appeal to your spirit tonight. I am going to break. See, this is my favorite. I'll be honest. The bread breaker. I got to be honest. These are my favorite type of messages. When I'm talking to your spirit, there ain't no 5 steps. When I'm talking to your spirit, there's no process. When I'm talking to your spirit, I'm talking to the part of you that identifies with your creator. No steps needed because you are made in his image and in his likeness. For whom he did foreknow, he also predestinated. Let me tell you right now, the pressure is off of you. You got to also to this world and say, I cannot be stopped, because those he foreknew. And the simple fact that you are on this earth right now says that he foreknew you. It said that he knew Otis, that he knew Elkie, that he knew Q, that he knew Angelique, that he knew. I got to tell you, there's a place where you can have everything that God has given you. There is a place where you can walk out what God has given you. There is a place where he foreknew you before the foundation of the earth. There is a place where he was meant to help you change your life into the person of which he foreknew. Those he predestinated to be conformed into the image of his son. Let me break bread. Ladies and gentlemen, you are out here for a reason. Don't you know that the word was with God, the word was God, and he made the word became flesh and it dwelt amongst us. In the beginning was the word. Just like in the beginning was the word, in the beginning was you. And that when there was a need upon this earth, he foreknew you, he called you, he sent you out for a time such as this. For a time such as this. Don't you dare complain about, well, woe is me, the coronavirus, all the injustice that's going on in the world. You have been foreknown. You have been predestined for a time such as this. I am no whining and complaining about in life, because I have been called for a time such as this. I'm not whining about what I don't have and what I lack and what I think I need. You have been called for a time such as this. The reason why he called your number when he did, because there's a problem that you are supposed to address. I'm breaking bread right now. There's a problem that you're supposed to address. Your life, man, has meanings. Your life is worth more than silver and gold. Your life means more than what maybe the people around you know. Your life means more than even what you earthly know it means right now. Yeah, I'm going to break bread before all this is over. I'm going to break bread. We are wonderfully made by him. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. The Lord isn't shocked by the virus. No, he's not. And you're here for a time such as this. You better flex your muscle. If you're here in a moment such as this, you better flex your muscle. Sometimes you got to awaken your I am to this moment and period of time that I'm on earth. It's not a mistake that you're black or you're white or you're Asian or you're Mexican. It's not a mistake that you're a little bigger or you're a little smaller. It's not a mistake if you're 5'2" or you're 6'7". It's not a mistake if you're bald and gray and early. It's not a mistake if you're at that job where you're at right now or you're doing that thing you're doing right now. Don't you dare discount yourself in the middle of the race. Don't you dare count yourself out before you've even taken off from the finish line. When God starts a thing, it's already finished. I just broke bread right there. When he starts a thing, he called you for a season such as this. When he started you, you were already finished. It's time for us to stand up and what we've been called to start. If he called me to it for a season, you are the motivational teacher to the masses. If he called me to it to start it, then it must be already finished. I just broke bread right there. Because some of you all, we get in the middle of this battle, and sometimes we feel that the battle is too tough and it's too hard, and I can't hardly make it, and it's rough. But I'm telling you, because you're started, you have already been finished. Somebody need to write that down right now. I know sometimes I don't have money at the end of the month. I know sometimes I'm worn out by my job just over broke. I know sometimes my kids stress me out. I know sometimes that my marriage doesn't reflect what I think it's supposed to. I know sometimes my car just broke down. I know sometimes it doesn't go the way that you perceive it should go. But you better understand, not even those trials and tribulations can stop you fulfilling your destiny in this earth. You have been foreknown. You have been predestined to be. Moreover, who he did predestinate, them he called. Now, let's get into it. Boy, I'm finna break bread. When God was sitting up in his sovereignty, in his omniscience in heaven, there was a problem that was going on this earth. And maybe when he was making the motivational teacher to the masses, there was a problem where people were feeling relaxed. And people weren't willing to go out and become the best version of themselves. Maybe for a time such as this, he needed somebody to spark a revolution in the nation. What's up, Kathy? Maybe this time right here, he said, man, like there's opportunities that I'm about to rain down. The wealth of the rich has been laid up for the righteous. Maybe as this season is approaching, he was like, man, boom, let me send my boy, the motivational teacher, to the masses. When my mom and my dad hooked up and I was a sparkle in his eye and I was just a little small fetus in the egg, God, the motivational teacher to the masses, in the midst of everything, yeah, he gonna come up in poverty, but he won't stumble his foot against a stone. Yeah, he gonna come up. He may get his heel bruised, but eventually he gonna be crushing heads. Why? Because I've been called for a season such as this. You got to understand the time and seasons right now, ladies and gentlemen. You have been called for a season such as this. Man, you no longer can you allow yourself to play small. No, I talked about it last week. No longer can you keep deferring to other people that been called in a different area. No longer can you keep talking about what you lack. Now is the season for you to get going. Now is the season for you to go after everything that God said you can have. You have been called. Come here, Elkie. Let's go get it. Come here, O. Let's go get it. Angelique, let's go get it. You have been called for a season such as this. Don't you dare relinquish anything that God has already given you from the foundation of the earth. I am going to break bread. And whom he called, he justified. This is the piece I want to get to right here. Those who he called, you've been justified. We think we need some grand gesture in order to walk out the will of God for our life. We believe that I got to have 6 degrees. You've been justified. This word justified means you've been made right. There's nothing wrong about you. Your past, there's nothing wrong with your past. I am about to break bread. You have been justified. You are made how you are for why you are. Anything that thought it might have had a hold on you, you have been justified, which means you have been made right in the eyesight of God. Why in the world are we crying ourselves to sleep when you've been justified? Why in the world are you speaking lack in your life when you have been made whole by God? Why in the world do we speak about the negativity that people say about us when we have been made whole? Boy, I just broke bread. I lack no good thing. I have been made whole. Go get your blessing, Ryan King. You better say that. I I need about 5 people to say I've been made whole. I got no time for talking about lack. I got no time for talking about undesires in my life. I've been made whole. I know right now it might not look like it. I know I said I'm the motivational teacher to the masses and I see 25 eyes, but I have been made whole. I know I said I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. Since Corona, my calendar hasn't been as full as it used to be, but I have been made whole. I have been made whole, and can't nobody in the world tell me that I'm just struggling and straining, trying to get my way somewhere, because I have been made whole. Boy, I've been made whole. I have been justified. I have been made right. You can't hold my past against me. You can't hold my past against me. You can't point out the wrongs that I made in my life. Why? Because I have been made whole. Got no time for no messing around. So, well, you know, this, that. No, I have been made whole. Somebody need to get a hold. I have been made whole in my life. I have been justified. My wrongdoings are, I'm about to break bread. My insufficiencies and my inefficiencies have been thrown as far as the left is from the right from me. I have been made whole. Sometimes you got to stand up in the mirror. I know sometimes you feel battered, you feel bruised, but you got to stand up in the midst of being battered and bruised and say, I have been made whole. Sometimes you got to let this world know I'm in this world, but I am not of this world. I have been justified. I have been justified. I am in this world. I'm not of this world. So there's nothing that the unemployment rate really can do to stop me, because why? I've been made whole. There's nothing really Corona can really do to, why? Because I have been made whole. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, chime into this conversation. Man, we've been made whole. Say it again, Angela. We have been made whole. Stacy said, wasted energy to worry about the past foolishness that was done age appropriately. Come on. Hey, when I became a man, I put away childish things. When I became a man, I can't spend my time worried about what was. See, the more we start becoming into who I am, I'll leave who I were behind me. I just broke bread. See, it's so many of us that are so focused on our history that we're missing our destiny. I have been made whole. Well, you know, your dad was in and out of prison. I have been made whole. My heavenly Father filled every gap in my life. I have been made whole. There's no thing I lack in this earth. I have been made whole. My daddy owned the cattle on 1,000 hills. I have been made whole. I don't need 5 degrees to do what he called me to do. Why? I have been made whole. It's too many of us that's been seeking and searching physical attributes and physical manifestation. We got to tap into our I am of whom we were before the foundation of the earth. You got to think about it, man. Steve Jobs did everything he did before he was 60. You got to think about it. Jesus did everything he did before he was 33, 34. Booker T. Washington did everything he did by the time he was 59. Think about it, man. You have been made whole. What are you holding, boy? What are you holding out on when you have been made whole? Motivational teacher, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to rob the grave tonight. Y'all might well call Satan and all his imps and say the motivational teacher tonight is going to rob the grave. Oh, death, where is thy sting? The motivational speaker to the masses just took the sting out of death. You will not take your gifts back to the grave with you. You will not take your business back to the grave with you. You will not take your giftedness back in the grave with you. You will not take your excellence. Yep, I'm going to rob the grave tonight. I see the eyes on here. We're going to rob the grave tonight. Tonight, I didn't come to make sense to you. Nah. I didn't come to make sense tonight. I didn't come to give you 3 steps. I came to paint a portrait of who you were before the foundation of the earth. I came to do my Monet on how God put you on a canvas, and you were perfect in the beginning. How you are God's Mona Lisa to the boy. And you better break bread. The most in the world is the Mona Lisa. You are God's Mona Lisa to the earth. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. You are God's Mona Lisa to the earth. I got a big bar still. I'm God's Mona Lisa to the earth. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. When people want to, I gotta go here. I am God's Mona Lisa to the earth. When people want to see the power of God, they can look no farther than at our lives, because the great I am lives through me. I am God's my life is a living letter. Come on. If you want to experience the power of God, look no farther than looking at my life. I just broke bread. Sometimes you got to serve notice to this earth of who you truly are. God is full of whatever we lack. You better say that. You got to serve earth. Sometimes you got to stand up on the hill and just proclaim who you are. It doesn't matter if you have it. It doesn't matter if you lack it. You got to just let the weak say I'm strong. Let the poor say I'm rich. You got to serve earth. Man, I didn't come tonight to make sense. I didn't come here to tell you how to the process of becoming great. I'm telling you today who you were before the foundation of the earth. When God called you, he already knew that you were already justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. Come on, and I am God's Mona Lisa. Come on, Stacy, you were meant to live loud. Come on, Kathy, supreme manifestation. Q, you gotta claim it. You are God's Mona Lisa to the earth. Everybody, they look into the heavens and the sky for signs and wonders. Hey, people should look no farther than your life for a sign and a wonder. People should look no farther than your life for a sign or a wonder. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Your life is a wonder. Your life is a sign. Your life screams to the glory of God when you stand up in what he calls you in. And those whom he justified, them he also glorified. Boy, I am about to break bread. And he didn't just glorify us in heaven. He glorified us on earth and everything that we need to accomplish on this earth. You have been glorified. You got every tool at your disposal. You got everything you need. That's why you had to come through the earth during this time and period. If you had came through 100 years ago, you wouldn't have had everything at your disposal that you needed to accomplish the full will of God. But you're here at a day such as this because you have all that you need right now. You have been blessed with every spiritual blessing. You have no need to have to beg a man for nothing. I just broke bread. You have no need to have to beg a man for nothing. Your daddy got unlimited resources. Sometimes you got to just stand up and say to this world that I am. And you got to fill in the blank. I am marvelous. I am great. I am awesome. I'm the head and not the tail. I am more than a conqueror. My life is a wonder. Come on, Angelique. We got to stand up in the midst of the coronavirus and say, I am healed. I am whole. Every cell in my body lines up with the word of God. I am more than, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made. I am that I am. See, sometimes you got to get that on the inside of you. See, when we know who we are and whose we are, you take a different disposition to this world. Boy, I'm gonna break bread. I am like, let's do this. I like that, Stacey. Hey, chime in this text box of who you are. Sometimes you got to serve, you got to stand, like they say back, you got to stand barefooted and say who you are. My daddy have unlimited access. I am his daughter. Come on, y'all, chime in this conversation. Charlotte, I am more than a conqueror. Stacy, I am enough. Why? Because I've been justified and I have been glorified. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you got to stand barefoot and proclaim who you are, whether you see it. Come on, Charlotte. To me, that's the greater one. I am that I am, because that says that I am work through me. And see, ladies and gentlemen, boy, come on, man. Y'all chiming in this thing too good. Y'all gonna make me run up out of here. Every virus that touches my body dies. Come on, oh, speak into the doggone microphone. Y'all gonna help me out tonight. Y'all gonna help me out tonight. Miss Karen, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Say that. Kathy, I am a child of the King. And being a child of the King come what? Benefits. I am that I am holy. I am whole, wonderful, blessed, and prosperous by Aunt Tessa. Yes, you are. Y'all better chop. Man, you got to stand flat-footed and make a profit. You got to make come on, Angelique. I am a creative giant. You got to awaken Your I am, man. The world will never put a premium price on what you've already discounted. If you don't say who you are, the world will never give you premium when you've discounted yourself. You better say who you are. I am the head and not the tail. Come on, oh. I'm telling you, better start saying it. I am rational, gentle, lovable. I am God. I am courageous, peaceful, and I am filled with the Spirit. Come on, Ryan. I am beautifully made. Stacy, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Q, I am free because whom the Son sets free is what? Truly free indeed. We gonna break bread tonight up and down this thread. Yeah. So then he justified, and those he justified, he glorified. I am a queen. Yes, you are, Tessa. You are a beautiful queen. You have been justified. You have been glorified. You have all the resources you need in your life. You are able to, because I am above and not beneath. Come on, Charlotte. Say that out loud. The head and not the tail. Man, because you are all those things, you have the ability to attract resources in your life to fulfill the will of God for your life. Man, you have been called, you have foreknew, predestined, called, justified, and then glorified. What shall we say then? What shall we say then? If you have all these things in your life, what shall we say then? If God be for us, who can be against us? Boy, I am about to break bread. Is there anything too hard for God? So if there's nothing, I'm about to break bread. If there's nothing too hard for God, is there anything too hard for God to do through you? I just broke bread. Is there anything too hard for God to do through you? If you've been justified, you've been glorified, you've been called, you've been chosen, man, you've been predestined, he foreknew you. Is there anything too hard? The answer would be no. But we gotta own the fact that I've been called. You gotta own the fact that my life is an open letter. You gotta own the fact that if God be for me, nothing can stop me. Yep. Oh, grave, where is thy sting? The motivational teacher to the masses is taking it right now. Man, the grave has already, the grave has been robbed already. It's up to us to live out the vision that God has already given us on the inside. Will you rob the grave tonight? Will you go to the grave? Man, listen, the grave is still robbing people right now today. The grave is still getting people with their potential, their unlimited potential being taken back to the ground. Books that they didn't start, businesses that they didn't start, inventions that they didn't start, homes that they didn't start. The grave is still robbing people of their potential. Tonight I came, oh grave, where is thy sting? Tonight I came to take the sting out. By me pointing you to who you are. Man, you need to walk around. I'm not saying being arrogant, but you got to walk around with a confidence that, man, God lives through me. That means I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There's nothing too hard for God. That means there's nothing too hard for me. Not because of me, but because of God that lives through me. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing too hard for you. Sometimes you got to stand up in your divinity. Can I say that? You got to stand up in your divinity. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Before the foundation of the earth, when he started you were finished. Why are you afraid? I'm going to break bread tonight. Why are you afraid if when you were started, you were finished? He created you a little lower than Elohim. He created you a little lower than God himself, but made you in his image and in his likeness. Why are we afraid? Walk around because I am the king's kid and I walk knowing who my dad is. That's what I'm talking about, oh. We know who my dad is. My little sons out there already know. They already know. Man, when my dad comes, when my dad's with me, I feel safe. Nobody, and when it was thundering a little while ago, Christian ran and jumped in my lap. Why did Christian go jump in my lap during that storm? Because he knew I was safe in my dad's arm. He knew, like, my dad is not going to let anything happen to me. He knew that my daddy has my best interests in my heart. He knew that if I lacked something in that moment, my daddy was going to give it to me. At that time, he lacked courage. What did daddy do? He hugged him and said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I'm breaking bread tonight. I'm breaking bread tonight. Sometimes you got to run to your daddy's arm. In the midst of the storm, you got to run to your daddy's arm. And I'm not talking about running to a fictitious God in the sky. Your daddy lives through you. And when I say you run to the storm, that means I'm in the midst of my fear, I will be courageous. In the midst of what I know this boat is going down, but in the midst of my fear, I'm going to be courageous. Hey, can I come? Yeah, come on, people, walk and get out the boat on the water. And in the midst of falling, you reach out and your daddy got your back. Why are we afraid to jump? Why are we afraid to jump when I know my daddy got me? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. When you're afraid to jump, that shows lack of confidence in who you say your daddy is. When you're afraid to jump, that says there's a lack of belief of not who God is, but who God is through me. And that's why when they say you got to have your personal relationship, you got to have your one-on-one, you got to call him Abba. Because when you step off the edge of that boat into that water, into that ocean, you got to be in a place where you know Abba got me. And see, a lot of us, we can't make that leap of faith because our vertical between our relationship with our Creator is broken. Yeah, Tashana, I'm going to break bread. Our vertical is broken. Until we get our vertical back connected, we'll never completely step out the boat. I can give you 4 ways to overcome your fear. I'm going to break bread tonight. I'm a king, kids. I'm too much to my daddy got me. You better say that. My daddy got me. We can't get anywhere in life where we're afraid to get out the boat. We never can. And when we are afraid to get out the boat, it says more about our relationship with our daddy, with our father that lives through us, than it does about us. Because if I believe that I couldn't fail, what would I do? If I believe that I could succeed in anything I did, what would I do? Where would I be willing to go? What would I be willing to try if I knew that I could not fail? And truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot fail. Can you go into some business ventures? Can you start a business and it doesn't work out? Yeah, you can do all that stuff. But we've been predestined. You're going to have some things that go wrong. But what we got to fall back on is that he knew I was going to make some mistakes along the way. He knew I was going to mess up along the way. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't change what I've been called to do. And sometimes we got to move our butts out the way. Our butts. Because he wants to do more through you than what you even want to do. Right now, the dream and goals you have for your life, God wants to 10x that. Right now, what you have, he wants to 10x that through you. But you got to get into a place where you're willing to get outside the boat. I'm willing, predestined. Yes, Aunt Jackie, I got to make the decision that I'm willing. I trust my daddy enough to say that I'm willing to be uncomfortable. I trust my daddy enough to say, I'm going to get out this boat, and I believe that if I begin to sink, you got me. Ladies and gentlemen, failure is not an option. You're absolutely right, Tessa. Failure is not an option. Ladies, what would you do if you knew the great I am lives through you? I told you tonight I didn't come to make sense to you. I told you tonight I came to speak to the person that directly identifies with your Creator. I didn't come to give you four steps tonight. I didn't give you the process to becoming great. I didn't come to talk about work ethic. I came to talk about your belief system. I came to talk about not what you believe about you, but what you believe about your daddy. What do you believe your daddy can do through you? Ladies and gentlemen, we can never outperform our own belief system. Yeah, I know tonight is not one of these that's going to make you run around, but I want you to know that God wants to work exploits through you. He don't want to work exploits for you. He wants to work exploits through you. In order for him to work exploits through you, you have to be a willing vessel to walk outside of your comfort zone. There's no way anything great can be done inside of your comfort zone. If it's inside of your comfort zone, it requires no faith. Be strong and very courageous. Be strong and very courageous. Be strong. Why did he tell him to be and very courageous? Because you have to do it, and you have to do it in the presence of fear. That's why you need courage. Faith is not the opposite of fear. Courage is the opposite of fear. You have to do it in the face of fear and say, I believe so much so that God lives through me. Yea, in all these things, what shall we say? If God be for me, who can be against me? I believe so much so that God is for me that I'm willing to get outside this boat. I know sometimes, I know it hurts to be out there. I know sometimes I feel stressed. I know sometimes I'm worried. I know sometimes things don't go the way I'm supposed to be, but I know if God is for me, who can be against me? Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you got to flex your muscle at this world. You got to sometimes you got to put on your Sunday best. I want you to go kill the fatted calf. I want you to go get the best makeup in your closet. I want you to go get the best dress in your closet. I want you to go get the best shoes in your closet. Yeah, I want you to go get your best wig in your closet. I want you to put on the best mascara. I want you to drive the best car, and you go out and treat yourself. Why? Because I'm a son. I'm a son of the King. I'm a daughter of the King. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you got to dress yourself up. Put on your Sunday best and say it doesn't matter what I feel like right now. It's about what I know about what I've been called to do. And I will not give the world the satisfaction of seeing me whimpering and whimpering. I will not give the world the satisfaction to let them know that they were able to get underneath my skin. Boy, like it's time to raise up like a flood. It's time to raise up a standard, ladies and gentlemen. That we gotta, inside of ourselves, we gotta say, I will not let this world see me. I will have sweatless victory. I will not struggle. And even if I'm struggling, I'll look so good in the struggle. Can't nobody know we're struggling but me. Come on. Man, I don't care if you got a 1947 Pinto. You go get you some Magic Shine and you wash that car. You get you some Armor All. You put them on them tires and you shine it up and you drive it like it's a 2025 Mercedes-Benz. Why? I won't let the world know how I feel about it. Man, I'm gonna do it in excellence. Right now, you say, man, my old broken down body, it don't feel like it can make it, man. You better get up, say my body's whole, my body's here, and I'm gonna get up and go walking like I'm LeBron James. I'm gonna get up and go move around just to make the enemy mad. Let them know my relationship with this world. This world don't dictate to me, I dictate to it. The things that I see are temporal, but the things that I know are what's eternal. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. I am breaking bread right now. I am talking to the part of you that identifies with your creator. You got to change your relationship with this world. I'm in it, but not of it. You won't say, man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, boy, I'm not saying be fake. Trust me. I'm not saying be fake. We're going to go through things, they're going to hurt, but I'm saying we're going to live from what we know. Yeah. Joy always comes in the morning. I got to live from what I know. I'm not saying, don't acknowledge your feelings. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is I know the end of the story. The end of the story is that we win. Oh, grave, where is thou sting? Right now, the motivational teacher to the masses is robbing the grave of all of its stuff through you. Through you. Man, like the testimonies that I've gotten just this week, but from people in this group, these motivational, man, like that. I got one person that listen to us. They are building literally building a community. They are building a community. Literally, like they breaking ground, they putting houses in a community for all the people around them. Literally, and doing it without a whole lot of money. I know another person that watched it, and I told people I'm not going to tell their business, but when they send me the email, I'm not going to put your name out, but I got to break bread. I got to let people know that this stuff works. I know somebody else who started a partnership with I wanted to give the name of the company because people might know who started a partnership with somebody who produced masks. And so what she did, what this person did is went in with the person that make the mask and say, hey, if I'm able to sell masks for $20,000, $40,000 at a time, and you make them, can we split the profit? She's gotten two $20,000 orders just by walking in, asking a question. She got two $20,000 orders by just walking in, asking a question. I'm asking you, what's lying dormant in your hands right now? During Corona, we crying and watching CNN and Fox, and they talking about what dying, and they talking about it's just the flu. I'm asking you to look what's in your hands right now. It's people out here that are being blessed. It's people that are out here working, walking in their authority. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm looking at these names up and down this list. Hey, when you get your stuff, I want to hear your testimony. When you get your stuff, I want to hear your testimony. Don't leave the motivational teacher to the masses out, because I want to rejoice with you. I want to rejoice with you. These people we want to rejoice with you, ladies and gentlemen. And it's coming in your life too. I'm going to prophesy to you. It is coming in your life. Not many days from now, I want to be telling your story on one of these motivational Mondays. I want to be telling your story about how this happened to you and this happened. I want to be telling your story because, ladies and gentlemen, this stuff works. This stuff absolutely works when we work it. Because God, mine is coming, Aunt Jackie. Yes and amen. I believe it is. I like that. I dare somebody else to say mine is coming too. Man, chime in. See, sometimes we got to be radical about what we believe. We got to be radical about what we believe. Like I believe so much so that I'm willing to act like I got it before I got it. I'm willing to show up. Listen, ladies, I'm willing to show up with content for the masses already. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Some of you all got to act like you got it before you got it. Well, they say you got to be so meek and you got to struggle and strain to get home. I'm telling you this right here. Man, Jesus walked as one with authority. He walked as one with authority. You don't you dare hang your head down low. My swing low, sweet chariot. Come and carry me home. No, sir. No, ma'am. When that chariot come, it gonna catch me up in the air with it, because you won't see me swinging my head low. We have the king's dominion, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I done broke bread tonight. I got some more people chiming. Amen. Mine is coming. Mine is coming. We need. Hey, who I'm gonna lock at? We need to make a song. Mine is coming. Karen, mine is coming. Angelique, mine is coming. My mom, mine is coming. Yes, Derek, what's up, Derek? Thank you for joining us. Tina, mine is coming. Sometimes you gotta just proclaim. Man, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I just know, man. Like, we gonna look back in a couple of years, because years will pass. We gonna look back in a couple of years, and we're gonna be having this same conversation. And when we get back, it's gonna be people right here owning $1 million business. It's gonna be people partnering from this list to start new homes or to help build other communities, or that's gonna be be in mutual funds together. Like, man, somebody got a store. Angelique got some of her art she want to put in the store. Like, there are going to be people right here. Yes, I believe that the members are coming. They coming. Oh, prepare the building. Oh, they're coming. They are coming. Oh, said, yes, sir. I believe that the members are coming from the north, south, east, and west. Prepare the building. Oh, they coming. Go ahead and order the chairs. They are coming. But I'm looking forward to the growth of this group, man. Like, it's just to see you all chiming into this conversation, and you're able to say mine is coming. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. If you say it long enough, you will believe it. Like Coach Starlin, sometimes you got to trick yourself into a new way of thinking. If you say it long enough, believe you me, it is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, the power, the awaken your I am. Yep, I've been called. You have been called. And next week, or when I come on next time, we're going to talk about the chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Tonight, I just gave you the list of people that's been called. I gave you the characteristics of people that's been called. Next week, I got chills all over my body. I'm going to give you the list of the people that's been chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Wait till we talk about these chosen ones. Man, I'm telling you, you're going to walk out of here feeling like you can walk on water. When I say nothing can stop you, I mean nothing can stop you. No thing can stop you. As Sister Queen, my Sister Queen, Lady Queen, I am would say, our own limitations, our only mind. Change your thoughts and you change your life. Man, y'all have been awesome tonight. I am the motivational teacher to the masses. Please, if you haven't, go subscribe to my YouTube page at Williams Inspires. If you haven't, please go to my Facebook page like Williams Inspires. For the people on here, send me a friend request so you can get this fresh bread when it's broken. Because I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that right now we're on the precipice of something special. Like, I feel it all within me. I know where the world is speaking lack, they're speaking doubt, but we know that this wealth has been laid up for the righteous in a season such as this. We gon', I'm saying it like I'm from Waverly, Alabama, not like I got a Vanderbilt degree. We gon' get it. Hey, and until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. I'm out.